G'day everybody, Vaughan from Grave Forsaken here, and welcome to the latest video update. It's February 17th, 2024. It's a Saturday afternoon. I alluded to it last week in the video update. It's been quite hot here in Perth, and the heat wave hasn't really shown any signs of slowing down. We had a couple of days that were maybe a bit cooler, but still in the 30s, and today's been about 38. Tomorrow's tipped to be over 40. This is Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So yeah, been really hot, but I'm used to it by now. It's just kind of day in, day out, and not much you can do about it really. Just got to do your best in it. It does make it a bit tricky during the day though, because it's sort of so hot outside. There's not a lot that you can do outside without getting pretty hot and sweaty pretty quickly, but that's okay. That's the conditions are in, so you can see the Perth sunshine in the, well, you can't really, but I'm sitting outside on the back veranda while I film this. Well, thanks everyone for your interactions this week on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, or X, whatever they're calling it these days. Been good to see the likes and noticing that most of our posts are getting a good number of views and a decent number of likes. So great to have your interaction and comments. So thanks for that, and keep that up. And if you haven't followed us on those, please do. The other things you can do is subscribe to this YouTube channel. I think we're on 194 subscribers. It'd be nice to push that over 200 at some point. Then you've got the mailing list over at graveforsaken.com. With the mailing list, there was recently a couple of people who didn't click on the confirmation link, so it could be in your spam or trash folder if you've tried to sign up. Or if you try to sign up, just make sure you look out for that confirmation email that you'll get, and make sure you agree to be on the mailing list. I've been putting out regular new updates, so that's a good place to get the news first, as well as obviously all these other places as well. And if you want to support the band, our official music store is soundmass.com, and our official merch store is anchormerchandising.com. So I've been putting those up on social media as well, so you should be able to find those. And then if you're interested in buying some music or merch, please do that. It helps us and it helps those companies. So it's been another busy week behind the scenes. I actually can't believe, for something that is something I do when I'm not at work. Obviously I work full time, and got a family and all of those sort of things, like most of us do. I can't believe how many things, if I want to do them, how many Grave Forsaken things there are to do. And at the moment, with the 20th anniversary, I'm working on a few different projects. I'm trying to maybe wrap up a few different projects that we've had going for a while, and just revisiting some things that I started and then never finished. So one of those things is I've just been reviewing some footage that we've got from some gigs over the last 10 or 15 years, and just having a listen to the audio and just seeing what's salvageable out of those. And if I might be able to put some clips on YouTube, some live tracks, or do something with those. So it's a work in progress, but I must admit it's been a lot of fun listening back to some of the old concerts. Like, I had to listen to 2018 concert we did with the original lineup, and was pleasantly surprised by how good that audio has come out. We've got a couple of camera angles, so that was pretty cool. And also the other one I've been looking at is, believe it or not, going way back, Easterfest 2010. That was a fun show, Easterfest 2010, and just having a look at the footage and the audio we've got of that as well. And we played pretty well actually that night, if I don't say so myself. I think when you're in the moment, you hear flaws in your performances, and there's plenty there, and you sort of look back on it and you think, oh yeah, it was so. But reviewing the footage now, I was pleasantly surprised by how well that show came together, and yeah, pretty pleased that we were actually able to go over to Easter Fest. That was a festival in Toowoomba in Queensland, and I can't remember what years, which bands were there on what years, but we went twice. We went 2010 and 2011, and they had some pretty big names. Like they had Disciple one year, they had Resurrection Band, they had Petra. So I think from memory, I think Resurrection Band were 2010 and Petra were 2011. It was Classic Petra when they branded themselves as Classic Petra, and that was really cool to see those two bands. I didn't get a chance to meet Petra, but we did meet Resurrection Band in 2010. Had a bit of a chat with those guys, and that's a highlight for me. I've just remembered it was definitely 2010 that Resurrection Band were there. So, being one of the bands I grew up on, that was pretty cool. So, good memories there, and just reviewing the footage, brings a lot of those memories flooding back. So that's been pretty cool. So whether something comes from that, we'll wait and see, but that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. And of course, there's the latest batch of songs that we're kind of finalising and putting together in readiness to bring out a new release in 2024. As soon as there's details available, I'll share those. But yeah, really looking forward to getting all that finalised and checked off. And it's a long process putting out an album, and this one's been longer than ever, so I will be quite relieved to be able to rule a line through that project and tick it off and say that's done, and then start sharing that with you. And yeah, just keep an ear out for that. And it's a good reason, hopefully, to sign up to all those things that I've said, and all those ways that you can keep in touch with news from the band. So that's where we're at the moment. You would have seen on my post that I went to Blind Guardian gig with Matt. I didn't post anything from that, but I did talk about it on the podcast, on last week's podcast episode. So it was the Monday, and this week's, I guess, the Monday, and I went to Blind Guardian with Matt on Monday night. So that was great. That was a great show. I mean, I knew that'd be great. How could they be anything less than great? But it was as great as I expected it to be. So had a good week there. Caught up with Luke again last night. Luke's only in town for a few more days, so I'm taking every opportunity I can to see him, because once he's back in Nashville, I won't see him until he's back in Perth. So he's contributed a lot of guitar to the next batch of songs that we'll be putting out later in the year. So been keeping him informed with developments there and all of those sort of things. So been really good to see him a couple of times lately. It almost feels like he's never been gone, but once he's gone back to Nashville, it'll be a long time, a year or so, or whenever he's back next before I see him. So that brings you up to date. Thanks for tuning into the video. Thanks for all your support. Thanks for all the messages and stuff lately. I really appreciate it. The band really appreciate it, and we're looking forward to bringing you more over 2024 as we celebrate 20 years of Grave Forsaken. So until the next update, God bless and rock on.